Hi, welcome to my channel. For today's video, I am going to be doing my beach makeup look. I'm going to the beach with my friends today, so I wanted to walk you through the makeup that I usually would do on a beach day. So let's get into it. Starting out, I am going in with my skincare first. Typically, if I'm going to be out in the sun all day, whether that's like going to the beach, going on a boat, or whatever, I don't wear very heavy makeup, but I do really focus on my skincare. So I always do skincare first and then go in with whatever makeup I'm wearing over top of that. First thing I'm going to use today, which I probably should also mention, I did wash my face this morning in the shower, so my face is clean, but now I'm going in with the rest of my skincare. First thing I'm going to use is the Medicube Zero Pore Pad. So I'm just going to take one of these and put them on my face. You get this cool these little tweezers to pick up the pad. It's really cute. So just taking one of these and wiping my face first, just as like a toner and to make sure it's extra clean. My skin is still breaking out, my forehead. It just will not clear up. As soon as it clears up, I get like another patch of pimples and they just won't go away. So I do not know what to do about that. I've given up. I've tried everything. After the toner, I'm going in with the Derma E Vitamin C Serum. I'm going to just take a pump of that and then put that all over my face. I'm getting some construction done on my house, so if you hear pounding in the background or something, then that's probably what it is. So please try to ignore that. Now I'm going in with eye cream, and I have been using the Inkyless Caffeine Eye Cream in the morning. Take that. Lightly rub that all over my eyes. I put it on my eyelids too, just because I feel like it helps with depuffing. And it's very soothing. Now I'm going in with moisturizer, and I'm using the Bubble Power Wave Moisturizer. I use a lot of moisturizer because my skin is very dry, so I like to make sure that it stays hydrated that it is very hydrated before I even get out in the sun. And then after moisturizer, most important part is SPF, and I'm using the La Roche-Posay 30 SPF. I bring this with me and then I reapply multiple times when I know I'm going to be out in the sun. I also wear a hat. That's part of the reason why I did my hair like this today, because I usually like to wear it in 1 or 2 braids just because it is easy just to throw a hat on once I get to the beach. But I will either wear like this kind of hat, like a baseball hat, or I do have this big sun hat too, but I feel like this is more for like a pool or a boat rather than the beach. So I'll probably go with the baseball hat, but I usually bring this with me and then I put it on once I get there. Now moving on to the actual makeup, I usually like to keep it pretty light. So what I'm going to go in with for the base is going to be the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Glotion. This is probably my lightest coverage product for my face as far as it's not really a foundation, but it kind of has some coverage, but it's also very glowy, and that's what I like. I want to look really glowy and I want my skin to look very healthy. So I am going to just start by putting that on my cheeks and forehead. And then I like to spread it out with my finger before I blend it out. And to blend that, I'm using the Refi Beauty brush. This is a dual-ended brush. I'm going to take this big side and I just start blending that all over into my skin. Like I said, this stuff is very, very light coverage, but it's so glowy, and it also is a little bit tinted, so it makes my face look a little bit tanner too, I feel like, which I like. Now I'm going to go in with concealer, which I will say I usually don't wear concealer on days that I'm going on the boat or going to the beach or whatever. I typically would just put the Lumi Glotion on and kind of leave that for the complexion. But since my face is pretty broken out, I do want to cover up some of the red spots on my face. So I am going to go in with a little bit of concealer, but only on the acne that I have. So I'm using the Makeup by Mario Surreal Awakening Concealer, and I am just going to put a small amount just on all the spots that I'm breaking out only. And I'm blending that out with this small concealer brush. For the under eyes, I'm not doing any concealer, but I am going to use a little bit of this under eye brightener from Palladio. I feel like this stuff is very lightweight, so I don't mind wearing it like to the beach or anything. And it gives me enough coverage to where I don't need to put concealer on top of it when I want like a natural look anyway. So this is like the perfect product for this type of makeup. But I'm putting a little bit of that on my finger, and then I'm just going to start to blend it in under my eyes. I'm not going to put anything on my eyelids because I'm not going to put eyeshadow or bronzer or anything on, and I don't want to like wash my eyelids out. So just putting this under my eyes only. Just as a little bit of correction, it doesn't have a lot of coverage, but it does brighten them up, and it kind of color corrects the like purplish blue under eyes that I have. One last small thing for complexion is powder. I am going to set my under eyes just a little bit because if I'm sweating and stuff at the beach, I don't want like the under eye brightener to like melt away. So I'm taking a little bit of this translucent powder on a brush, and I'm just lightly going to spot set just my under eye area only, so that hopefully I don't look a mess later on. I'm starting on my brows next, which I need to get my eyebrows done so bad. I think next week when I get paid, I'm going to go get them threaded because I haven't had them done in a long time and they're looking crazy and I just don't feel like doing them. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, today all I'm doing is putting brow gel in my eyebrows. I'm not going to fill them in at all. So I'm going to take this NYX the Brow Glue and run that through both of my brows. And this stuff lasts a long time, so usually this will keep my brows in place pretty much all day. Before I move on to lips, I'm actually going to do one more thing for complexion, but this product actually will be for my cheeks and for my lips. I'm using the Benefit Benetint, and I'll use this on my lips today, but I also like to use it on my cheeks too, just to give my cheeks a little bit of a tint, but it's not as heavy as using blush. It's very light on the skin, and it literally gives your cheeks like the perfect flush. It kind of makes you look sun-kissed. So what I do is I take the applicator and just apply some on both my cheeks and then a little bit on my nose. And then I take my fingers and I just start to blend that in all over my cheeks, and I bring it like up on the higher part of my cheekbones too. And then I rub it in on my nose. And it just gives like the lightest pink flush to your cheeks, but it looks very natural and you can still see your skin underneath. Like it doesn't cover anything at all. It's literally just a tint and it looks so cute. And then I'm also going to take this and put it on my lips as well. And I do let this sit for about like 30 seconds and then I'm going to wipe it off. Alright, I'm just taking a little cotton pad and I'm going to wipe that off. And then for the rest of my lips, what I'm going to use is lip liner, but this is like a little hack that I like to do just to make my lips look a little bit bigger and more plump. I like to take this NYX lip liner lip stain in the shade Barely There. It's just like a brown color. Actually, this is not the one I want to use. I'm going to take the one in the shade Naughty Nude because this one's darker. So that's Naughty Nude on the top. But what I like to do is I like to take this product and overline like my Cupid's bow and then the center part of my bottom lip as well. And I specifically like these lip liners because they stay all day. It's actually a lip stain, so they last a really long time. And again, it's like a tint, so you can't really tell that you're overlining your lip. So what I'm going to do is start overlining it, and then I do blend it out with my finger just to make it look even more natural. So as you can see, it kind of just, I don't know, it makes my lips look a little bit bigger, but it's just a lip liner. Now I'm going to take an actual pink lip liner and just lightly overline my lips like I normally would to go along with the Benetint. And the one I'm using is the same NYX lip liner lip stain, but this is in the shade Cuff Me. And this one's on the bottom, so this is more of just like a pink. It looks really close to like my natural lip color, so you can't really tell that you have it on. So same thing, I just line my lips and then blend it in with my finger just to make it look a little bit more natural. To top that off, I am going in with a little bit of gloss, and I'm using the Summer Fridays Butter Lip Balm in the pink sugar flavor. And I'm just putting that on my lips. The very last thing I like to do is to make my skin look super glowy and also keep it very hydrated. So what I'm going to do is take a little bit of this bag balm. I'm going to put a little bit on my fingers. I've shown this many times, but this is like a hack if you don't want to wear highlighter. And I have really dry skin, so this really helps me throughout the day, especially if I'm going to be in the sun. I take the product, put it on my fingers, and then I just add it to my cheeks, my brow bones, and then my nose. And it makes it look like I have highlighter on, but I don't, and it keeps my skin very hydrated. And I'm not wearing mascara or anything either because I just went and got a lash lift like a week or two ago, so my lashes are still looking good, but I am going to take a spoolie and just kind of like brush them out a little bit so they aren't clumped together or anything, but I'm not putting any product on them or curling them. Before I leave for the beach, I have to do one final thing, which is the most important part, and it is to pack this little bag full of all of the skincare, makeup, and then like SPF products that I need for the beach. So I bring this with me anytime I go on the boat, anytime I go out to the beach or anything like that. It's like my lifeline in the summer. So what I pack is my body SPF. I usually go for like an SPF 30. So that's just what this is. It's just like a normal sunscreen. And then with that, I always bring a tanning product. So like a tanning oil, tanning lotion, something like that, so that my skin will actually tan. The one I'm bringing today is this one from Sunbum. It's the Natural Browning Lotion. It's in this plastic bag because it leaks and I don't want it to get all over everything else. So bringing this with me. So that's a little hack for you. Always put an SPF on first all over your body for like sun protection, and then layer your tanning products over top of that so that you're protected from the sun and you don't get skin cancer, but then you also can get a tan as well. So that's what I always do, and it works great. And then for my face, I always bring my SPF 30, the one that I used earlier. I use this pretty much every day, but I also like to bring a spray as well, so that one, it's like easier, and if I have makeup on, sometimes I don't like to add SPF over top of it. It just kind of ruins everything. So early on in the day, I like to just re-up my face sunscreen with a spray, and I use this one from Kula. It literally is just a liquid spray SPF, and this is SPF 18, so it doesn't have like the most coverage or like protection, but it does work and it's really convenient. For skincare and makeup, I always bring my bag balm. This is great to use on your lips, anywhere that you have like dry spots on your face, under your eyes, whatever. This stuff is amazing, and I always bring this with me whenever I'm out in the sun. I also bring both of those lip liners that I used earlier, just in case I want to like freshen up my lips. I like to bring this little lip balm as well. It's travel size, so it's really easy to pack. And then I bring my Benetint in case I want to put more on my cheeks or my lips. And then my brow gel. And then I also bring my moisturizer too, because I feel like by the end of the day when I am ready to leave, my skin is feeling so dry that I just need a little like moisturizer, so I always bring this too. This packaging is kind of bulky, which I don't like. I wish I had like a smaller version, but I don't have any travel size moisturizers on me, so this one will have to work. And that completes my beach day makeup. I like to keep it very simple and natural, but I still like to add something so that I feel cute and I look good. I will say it's not very sunny right now, and I'm really scared that the sun's not gonna come out because I really want to go to the beach. I'll be so sad if it's a cloudy beach day. That will break my heart. I don't get that much time off during the summer, so when I do have time off, I like to spend it outside doing something fun, and I hope the clouds don't ruin it. It says it's supposed to get sunny later, so hopefully that's true. My fingers are crossed, but yeah, this is the makeup that I'm wearing today. And then I also packed my Beauty Beach Summer Essentials with you as well. These are things that I never go to the beach without because I need them. You never know what situation might arise where you need to redo your makeup, but I always make sure that I have it with me. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!